Good evening. Today is Monday, December the 19th, 2022, regular session of the School Board of East Chicago Trustee of the East Chicago City, School City of East Chicago. Today, the time is 6 p.m. Place School City of East Chicago Administration Building, 1401 East 144th Street, East Chicago, Indiana, 46312, and via live stream, www.scec.k12.in.us. This is a meeting of the school board in public for the purpose of conducting the school's corporation business, and it is not to be considered a public community meeting. Roll call, Ms. Bingham, please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Present.
Trustee Gomez?
Present.
Trustee Williams?
Present.
Trustee Smith?
Present.
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Could we stand for the pledges of allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda will be the approval of the agenda. Any comments from the public on the agenda? If not, is there a motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve
Is there a second? Is
consent agenda.
there a second?
Second.
Any questions from trustees? Roll call, Ms. Bingham, for vote.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda will be the approval of the consent agenda. Is there any questions from the public? If not, is there a motion for approval?
Madam President, make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second, please?
I second that motion.
Thank you. Ms. Bingham, roll call, please, for
Ask
vote.
discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Trustee Gomez?
Thank you. There was an item on here that I believe Trustee Hernandez Orange asked about. Pulling from today's agenda. An individual, and since she's not here, I'd like to ask for consideration of her request.
So what are we talking about on the,
I'm looking for it right now.
Oh, no.
is it claim dockets, personnel
It's on the
report?
personnel report he's talking about.
Mr. Gomez, Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Was it 6181 or no?
What page is that?
That's on page 1, but I'm double checking her text. Oh, no. Oh. Trustee Gomez, actually, it's on the actual agenda title.
Yes.
So it's not in the personnel report.
My apologies, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Um,
Roll call, Ms.
Roll
Bingham,
call.
please.
It's for the consent agenda, right?
Correct.
Okay. Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda would be new business. Is there any questions from the audience, from the public, regarding the new business that's on the agenda? .501, approval of human resource consultant contract. Are there any questions? Any questions from the trustees?
You can ask the superintendent for an overview too now. You can ask the superintendent for an overview now.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Please over, Ms.
For our board members, we do have a contract that we want to extend for our HR coordinator. She has been working with us during the first semester. We brought a lot of people on board. However, we've had a lot of other items to take care of. Dr. Mitchell has been instrumental in filling those vacancies, and he's also been involved very productively with contract negotiations. Therefore, we still need Rosalinda for a little bit longer, so we'd like to have her extend her contract as HR coordinator. We plan on posting the position in January, and once we fill that position, we'll be able to phase her out.
Okay. I have a question.
Madam
Just-
President, just a point of order, there's not a motion on the floor yet.
Okay.
Do we have any questions from the audience regarding 501? If not, do we have any questions from the trustees?
I think we're just waiting on a motion.
Okay, oh, sorry. May I have a motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve.
May I have a second, please?
I second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Hold on.
Well, I
Now,
have a-
any
I
more
do have-
Oh,
discussion?
sorry.
Any more discussion?
Madam President, with regards to this contract, to my understanding, when she was brought on board was because we didn't have a HR, so this would be a question to the superintendent.
Yes.
So we didn't have an HR currently, so we brought her on to sort of keep the ball rolling.
Yes, we didn't have a HR director or an HR coordinator. So we were able to hire the HR director. We're still in need of a HR coordinator. And basically, she's helping us with that, those two positions.
Gotcha. Okay.
Any other questions?
Roll
May I
call.
have a motion for approval, please?
You have the motion. Now it's just roll call.
Oh, roll call, please.
Trustee
Sorry.
Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on agenda 5.02, approval of employment of clerk trainer consultant. Dr.
Yes, if I could give you some information on, that's basically an individual in our district who has extensive services to the district, I believe over 30 years, and expertise in her position. Unfortunately, we have many new clerks that don't understand the finances of the district, how to complete those positions. So upon her retirement, we're asking for the same thing, to put her on a temporary contract so she can break in our current clerks, have them understand their responsibilities correctly, and then once she does that, we can phase her out of her contract.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the public? Any public comments from trustees?
Madam President, make a motion to approve.
Have a second, please.
I second that motion.
Thank you. Roll call, Ms. Bingham, please.
Madam President, point of order, there needs to be a question from the trustees.
Yeah, before the roll
I
call.
did. I
Yep.
asked, was there any questions for trustees?
He's referring to after the motion's been seconded, then just ask if there's any further questions or comments from the
Okay.
board.
Is
That's
there
all.
any further questions?
Yep, you're ready for roll call.
Roll call, please, Ms. Bingham.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Approval, 5.03, approval of interventionist contract at Lincoln Elementary School. Dr. Brago?
Yes, again, we have a contract for an individual. We want to help him work with small groups, Title I students. This would be in the area of English language arts and math, and make sure that students are being exposed and mastering the Indiana state standards. We want to do this at Lincoln Elementary School, and it's going to be done by the individual who's Mr. Washington, and then also he'll do it some virtually via Zoom and some actual one-to-one or small groups with students.
Do we have any public comments? If,
Need a motion.
I have a motion for approval, please.
Madam President, I'd like to move to table this item somewhat at the request of trustee Hernandez-Orange. This is the item she was talking about, she had a concern about. So at this point in time, I'd just like to move to table this to our next meeting.
I have a motion for.
He just made the motion. Is there a second?
Okay. Is there a second?
Second that motion.
I have a
Comment?
second from trustee Williams.
Any questions or
Any
comments?
questions or comments?
Just one question with regards to this particular item is, and also too, is Mr. Washington a teacher in this district or no? Or in any other districts?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure he's a social worker. Mr. Mitchell, am I incorrect?
I'm not exactly sure of Mr. Washington's employment. However, I do know that he may have worked with an organization that we had a contractual relationship with in the past. And I believe that's why there's questions here. And until those are resolved, I think that's why trustee Gomez is asking to table. But no, he's not a teacher in the district or employed in any other position in the district.
If there's no other questions or comments from the board, you can ask for the roll call.
Roll call, Ms. Bingham, please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda, approval of after-school tutoring. Dr. Brago, please.
Yes, this is after-school tutoring for students who reside in East Chicago, but actually attend St. Casimir School. Under federal law, those students are entitled to tutoring. So all they're asking is for the funds to be transferred over from our school city to them so they could hire teachers to do work with our students, with their students who reside in East Chicago after school, 2 hours per day, 2 days per week, 1 hour per day. So again, it's just a formality. The funds come to us and we in turn turn them over to their school when they need them.
Are there any questions from the public?
Patty Gibson King, 4102 Parish Avenue. I want to ask Mr. Imbrego, the tutoring dollars that you have for this private school here, and they can use their dollars.
You're asking about these students that attend St. Casimir?
Yes.
Yes, they're federal dollars, and the federal dollars follow the students. As long as they live in Chicago, they could be attending other schools, so they're entitled to those funds.
Yeah, but they don't go to the East Chicago schools, right?
Well, they go to St.
Casimir.
Casimir.
Yeah, so my question is, so our children get the dollars as well, right?
So, can I cut in on this one, Dr. Abrego?
Sure.
Thank you. So this is being paid out of the titles funds.
Yes.
Which we have to allocate some to the private schools. Long as the kids have registered addresses here in East Chicago, we have to also share funds with them.
Yeah, that's not my question. My question is the dollars that our children getting federal dollars like these dollars too, right? Our kids in
Yeah, it's-
Chicago
yeah.
public schools.
Yeah.
So my
Yes, it's
question
all-
is, so where are they getting their after-school tutoring? At this school or somewhere else?
St. Casimir
They're getting it at the school that they go to.
Yes.
So I know that my question was earlier that St. Stan get dollars and they go to Silver's Learning Center with their dollars for
Yes,
tutoring.
that's their choice.
So we discussed, yeah, but I want to know, is that our choice?
No, that is their choice.
But no, I'm
The school
asking the
choice.
question. I understand that. I said that, so they're using the same federal dollars that everybody gets. So my question is, can our children use their dollars, have a choice where they want to spend their dollars? If they want to go to Silver's Learning Center, is my question. Instead of getting the tutoring here at the school.
That is up to the superintendent, that is at the
Okay, that's what I want to know.
superintendent
So that's your
discretion.
call, right, Ms. Ambrego?
Yes,
Okay,
well-
since it's on the agenda, I just want to clarify that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Motion for approval.
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Second.
Any trustee remarks? Motion for second? Or we
You
did
got it.
approve?
Just roll call.
Okay,
You're
roll
ready for
call,
roll call.
please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda, approval of Teamster Local Union Number 142 letter, transportation. Dr. Brago?
Yes, the union for the transportation department does not want to represent them anymore. So that means that they will not have union representation until they find someone else to represent them. It's on the agenda to accept this letter because their union dues will stop as of January 2023.
Is there any questions from the public? Motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Trustee Williams made the motion. Trustee Rodriguez second. Any trustee remarks?
Madam President, I'm not sure if we have a reason for this decision by the local, I don't know if Attorney Harris has any input or,
I actually don't, but Ms. Simmons does.
So this has been in the works since last year within our transportation department for our bus drivers and our bus aides. And actually, it was a joint agreement. It was not just on the local 142. It was a joint agreement with the bus drivers and the bus aides to dissolve this union.
so in the interim, who are they represented by? Is there, how would they, if they were going to file a grievance or a complaint,
They would just become a non-covered employee effective January 1 of next year. They wouldn't be part of a bargaining unit anymore, and they wouldn't be able to afford themselves of all the provisions that are contained in what was their collective bargaining agreement. Now they would just follow our personnel policy.
okay.
Any other questions from trustees? For approval? We already did, roll call, I'm sorry.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
No,
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next, approval of cybersecurity assessment recommendation.
Madam President,
Oh, you skipped one.
Sender.
Sender.
Oh, Sender.
5.06.
5.06, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Approval for Sender and company agreement. Dr. Brago?
Yes, The center contract is meant to help our CFO by providing a second set of eyes to keep an eye on the district's finances. If I'm correct, this was suggested or recommended by the Department of Education in the past. But in reality, I think the contract will cost us anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000, depending on how extensive we use them. But I think Ms. Simmons has a little bit more information on this if you need, but that is the situation right now with the center contract. They're asking to continue the contract for the following year. And if I'm correct also, I think that we do have the ability to terminate that contract within 30-day notice.
Thank you. Is there any questions from trustees? Motion. I'm
Hold on.
sorry.
Public comment.
Public comment, I'm sorry. Public comment. There's no public comment. May I have a motion for approval?
Madam President, make a motion to approve Sunder and Company.
Trustee Rodriguez made the motion for approval. Is there a second?
I second that motion.
Trustee Williams made the motion for the second. Is there any trustee remarks? Roll call, please, Ms. Bingham.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda, 5.07, approval of cybersecurity assessment recommendation.
Yes, this was reviewed by our attorney, or Attorney Snow, if I'm correct, and it is no cost to the district. And basically, it's just meant to improve the cybersecurity in the district with all the things that are going on in the world today. I think we're just trying to be cautious and be proactive with this matter.
Thank you. Is there any questions from the public? May I please have a motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Williams made the motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Rodriguez made the second. Is there any trustee comments?
I have a comment, if no other trustees have any comments. Just to point out this, it's being done by Purdue University at no cost, as Dr. Abrego said, which is a real benefit. But there is another consequence to this, that many municipalities are paying a higher premium for this type of insurance coverage. And when it comes time to renew those policies, having done an assessment like this goes a long way in saving some money and try to keep those premiums down. Because Dr. Abrego's right, there is a increased risk as time goes on. People become more and more tech savvy, and they target municipal entities pretty regularly. So, Ms. Simmons, you wanted to add to that too? Yep. And a lot of those premiums, I know I have several other municipal clients whose premiums skyrocketed for 23, and they hadn't done what you're doing now, and it will cost them. So I think this is a smart move.
So what you're saying is if we don't, our premiums will rocket because we don't have anything in place?
Well, they're probably going to go up no matter what, just because the risk is greater. It's just you have a fighting chance of keeping the premiums down the more you do proactively on your own to try to protect yourselves. You can show the insurance company that, and they'll say, okay, you have these measures in place. We'll try to keep these costs at a minimum to you, since you've done so much proactively.
Thank you. I did a motion for approval. Roll call, please, Ms. Bingham.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda, approval of bus drivers increase for late runs, athletic runs, and field trips.
Yes, this is basically what we've done before. We want it effective October 2022 through June 30th, 2023, for our bus drivers to receive an increase in their pay up to $26.45. That would be for the late runs, the athletic runs, and field trips. And as you know, we have a difficult time getting these individuals, and they're going to be paid through ESSER 2 funds, which we have to exhaust. If we don't exhaust those funds, we have to give them back.
Do we have any questions from the public? I have a motion. Oh, I'm sorry.
Just before you ask for the motion, I'd recommend on this, because of the effective date, that it be for approval and ratification. Okay? And now you can ask for a motion.
May I have a motion for approval?
Approval and ratification.
Approval for,
Approval and ratification.
okay, approval. May I have a motion for approval and ratification, please?
I'll make that.
Trustee Williams made the motion.
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Rodriguez seconded. Do we have any questions from trustees?
With regards to timing, are we looking at, because it does say October 1st, so are we looking at retroactively
Yes.
paying whoever back since October 1st, correct?
So we also approved memo, probably, I do believe, the last meeting of, no, I'm sorry, the second meeting of October, from October to December the 1st.
Okay.
So now, basically, October to December the 1st was taken care of. It would go from now, from December the 1st to the 30th of June.
Thank you. Roll call. Ms. Bingham?
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Attorney Harris, I just thought of a question. Can I inquire? So this is a temporary increase through the funds, through the ESSER funds. What happens when the ESSER funds run out?
Yeah, this rate, my understanding of what is happening here is it's only going to be at this rate through this effective period. So through June 30th of 2023, and at that point, it would revert back to its prior rate, correct?
Correct.
Any other questions?
So what is the, I'm trying to get an understanding what the purpose is of this. Is it just to expend the money, or?
So the purpose of the higher rate is to get more bus drivers to step in for these runs. These runs are late in the afternoon. They're past their work time. So we have a hard time getting them to take these runs. So we decided to put an incentive in place for them to take them.
I understand that, and I guess my question is, then the incentive runs out, you're going to effectively de-incentivize people once these funds are expended.
I don't think we would just totally de-incentivize people. It's a process that we would have to go into finding out the need as we go into the new school year, and then evaluate it from there.
I would hope that we look at considering if we're going to raise this fee because we have a need, that we can, consider looking at a permanent increase. I don't have a problem with this, but I do have questions about what happens once the funds run out.
So I think just for the minutes, we can take that as a point of clarification from Trustee Gomez, and I think you're up for a vote now, though.
Yes. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
A vote?
It's up to you for a
Table
vote. Mm-mm. It's just
yes.
your turn to vote, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Next on the agenda is approval for recommendation for early equipment systems for the HVAC for our schools. Dr. Brago?
Yes, I believe we had a work session early in the week on this from our Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Simmons, to give information to the board and the public. So I'm going to defer to her because I think she has more information on this than I do. Ms. Simmons?
For 5.09, this is the early equipment bid that went out for us to place a vendor in place to order the equipment for the HVAC system for the overhaul that's coming within the next couple months to start. So this is the recommendation of the vendor that they was chosen through a bid. Bids were open December the 8th.
Any questions from the public? Any question? A motion for approval?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve 5.09.
Trustee Rodriguez made a motion for approval. May I have a second, please? May I have a motion for the second, a second regarding the HVAC system?
I second that motion.
Trustee Williams seconded.
Trustee
Any
remarks.
question? Trustee remarks?
Madam President,
Yes, trustee.
just for clarification, this is for HVAC system at what schools specifically?
They are starting at Washington and Harrison.
Washington and Harrison?
Correct.
Thank you.
Any other questions, trustees? Roll call, Ms. Bingham, please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda, 5.10, approval of recommendation for doors and windows.
Yes, this is still part of continuing the work with the Schmidt and Associates that they're going to be in our district. And I'll let Ms. Simmons speak on this, but if I'm correct, Ms. Simmons, is this also being used from our ESSER funds?
Yes, that is correct. So this is the approval for the doors and window replacement at Block Middle School. We're going to do total all of the windows being replaced so that they are functionable, and then also replacing the older doors that needed to be, to be upgraded.
Any questions from the public?
Patty Gibson King, 4102 Parish Avenue. I know that Miss Leela spoke last week in her meeting about all the dollars that were going to be used through the ESSER for different companies and what have you not. So Block was on this list, but I know that we, the community, have been hearing things that Block probably will close and kids will be transitioned. I know that you guys haven't talked about it, but it's some word in the community. So if that is true, then why would we be spending these dollars for the windows and stuff at Block School? If that's a true rumor about Block. Ms. Leader,
I can try to answer that for you.
Oh, okay.
I think we're trying to make moves in the district, and one thing we're looking at is student achievement. So there is a possibility that our middle school students could be going to the high school to improve the academics, to improve behavior, and to have a plan on transitioning our students. We want our incoming freshmen to start off on the right note, get all their credits, even some eighth graders get credits, high school credits when they're in eighth grade. And our goal is going to be for our incoming freshman class to graduate with 1 or 2 years of high school. If we were to make that move, we would still like to have that building available because we have other plans in our district, and we want to have some vacant buildings because we're also looking at some other things we'd like to bring to our district. One is the possibility of a career center, bringing that back for our students. So we want to have some vacant buildings so we can have some options on what to do with them.
Okay, thank you.
There a motion for approval? There's a motion for approval.
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Williams made the motion for approval. Is there a second?
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Gomez, second.
Rodriguez.
Sorry. Any trustee remarks?
Superintendent remarks. Okay, I'm sorry. Not there.
Roll call, please, Ms. Bingham.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Next on the agenda would be the superintendent's remarks.
Good, thank you. I would like to just say a special thank you to my administrative team because they carried on the work of the district during my absence. Some of you may know or may not know that I was gone for a week. Also, I want to say a special thank you to all our classified and certified staff because I have one half a year, one semester on my belt, and I think that we've all come together and we're making some very good improvements in our district. I really want to thank the teachers because they really embraced beyond textbooks this new curriculum. Even though it's very difficult, they brought it in with open arms. It's being implemented with fidelity in our district, and I'm proud to say we're the first district in Indiana to use this beyond textbooks curriculum framework. And last, I just want to say that the Indiana Association of School Principals recognized some of our Central High School students that are juniors, the class of 2024. They're designated as rising stars in Indiana for their academic achievement. And those students are Paula Salazar, she's a junior at Central High School. They're all juniors at Central High School. Jada Sellers, Miriam Syed, and Michael Villa Gomez. So congratulations to those students.
Congratulations. Next on the agenda, we have trustee remarks. Do we have any trustee remarks? First, I'd just like to say thank you all for bearing with me tonight. It does get better with time. Now, the next thing we have is the public forum.
We have one. We have one.
Oh, I'm sorry. One person. Who's the person?
All right, let me just give the disclaimer. All right, public forum is an opportunity for the public to participate in the board's public meeting. If you could, please step to the podium and state your name and your address. Limit your comments to 3 minutes. Please be respectful to the board, the audience, and the staff. Thank you.
Priscilla Askew?
Good evening. Priscilla Askew, 2705 East Guadalupe Circle in East Chicago. I passed out a flyer, and I'm going to read it very quickly since I only have 3 minutes. It's a special time to celebrate the things that bring us cheer, and that's our children, not only during the holidays, but all throughout the year. It's a special time to remember everyone who fills our days with friendship, smiles, and happiness, where near or far away. It's a special time to tell you how warmly you're thought of and just how much you're being wished a year of joy and loved. And as we lift our hands to give God the glory, may your homes be filled with love, light, and laughter throughout the coming new year. Let's pray that the real meaning of Christmas replaces hate, distrust, and anger with faith, hope, and love, which the world and our children needs more of. Thank all of you for the service you have rendered for our children this year, and wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Priscilla.
That was it, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Ms. Askew. And I hope we all read this and take this to heart and bring love and happiness and togetherness in the coming year. The next date and time of our meeting is Tuesday, January the 3rd, 2023 at Central High School. May I have a motion for adjournment?
Madam President, make a motion to adjourn?
Trustee Rodriguez made the motion to adjourn. May I have a second?
Second.
Trustee Williams made the motion for second. I'm sorry, there's no time. It's on the back, I'm sorry, it's on the back. Oh, before we, if you don't mind, I'm sorry, before we adjourn, we'd like to say, Trustee Williams, We thank you for all that you do within our community and all that you have done that people weren't aware of, and I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you. Meeting adjourned.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out of here. I'm sorry. Roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez? Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith?
Yes. Meeting adjourned.